My carefully constructed world, a life I had meticulously planned with Rachel, my girlfriend of 5 years, shattered in an instant. We had been inseparable since college, building a future brick by brick. A good job, a comfortable apartment, and a love that felt unshakable, it was all there. Then came the confession, a brutal blow that knocked the wind out of me. Rachel had been cheating, and not just with anyone, but with my own brother, Jack. The memory of that day is seared into my mind. We were curled up on the couch, lost in a movie when she abruptly paused it. "I have to tell you something," she said, her voice trembling. I braced myself for a minor revelation, perhaps a bad day at work, but nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared me for the words that followed. She admitted to a year-long affair with Jack. The air left my lungs, it felt like a physical punch to the gut. My mind went blank, then raced with a whirlwind of disbelief, anger, and profound sorrow. I simply stared at the lifeless television screen, unable to process the betrayal. In a disoriented haze, I began to pack. Not my things, but theirs, Rachel's and Jack's, the belongings they had left at my apartment. Each item I touched felt like a searing reminder of their deception. I mechanically loaded them into my car and drove to a storage unit, my actions fueled by a primal need to purge their presence from my space. The world outside felt hazy, unreal, as if I were moving through a dream. From there, I drove to my parents' house, arriving just in time for our usual Sunday dinner. The moment I walked in, I could feel the pretense of normalcy weighing heavily. I dropped the bombshell without preamble, my voice flat, devoid of emotion as I recounted Rachel's infidelity and my brother's shocking betrayal. The jovial atmosphere vanished, replaced by an eerie silence. My family sat stunned, their faces a mixture of disbelief and shock. The aftermath was nothing short of chaotic. My family, once a pillar of support, became a battleground of conflicting emotions and divided loyalties. Rachel and Jack inexplicably found refuge at my parents' house. They seemed to operate under the bizarre delusion that I was the one in the wrong, that I should simply forgive and forget. Their pleas for reconciliation felt like an assault on my already wounded psyche. It was in those moments of their misplaced righteousness that a bitter truth dawned on me. I had, in many ways, enabled my brother's irresponsible behavior for years. This realization, though painful, became a catalyst. It was time I decided to prioritize myself, to reclaim my own well-being. The weeks that followed were a grueling ordeal. I was mired in a bureaucratic nightmare of lawyers and paperwork, each document a fresh reminder of the life I was dismantling. It felt like an endless, uphill battle, but I refused to yield. The thought of caving in, of succumbing to their wishes, was abhorrent. I knew with a newfound certainty that I deserved more than this shattered reality. I was determined to forge a new path. Seeking professional help became my first proactive step. Therapy provided a much-needed sanctuary, a space where I could unravel the tangled mess of my emotions and begin to define what I truly wanted from my life. It was a challenging process, fraught with emotional breakthroughs and setbacks, but with each session I felt a little lighter, a little clearer. As time, the ultimate healer, worked its magic, I gradually began to mend and move forward. The constant ache in my chest began to subside, replaced by a quiet sense of resolve. I came to the profound realization that neither Rachel nor my brother had a place in the life I envisioned for myself. I deserved authentic love and genuine loyalty, and I was determined to find it. My focus shifted inward. I began to invest in my own happiness, exploring new hobbies that had long been dormant and forging new friendships that offered fresh perspectives and genuine companionship. Slowly, deliberately, I started to reconstruct my life, brick by new brick. The process was empowering, a true testament to my resilience. Looking back now, with the clarity that comes with distance, I can see that this devastating experience was, in an unexpected way, a blessing in disguise. It became a crucible, forging a stronger, more self-aware version of myself. I learned invaluable lessons about resilience, self-worth, and the critical importance of boundaries. It taught me that sometimes the most courageous act is to release the people and circumstances that hinder your growth, no matter how deeply intertwined they once were with your identity. The process of letting go was agonizing, but the freedom and peace I found on the other side were immeasurable. I am profoundly grateful for the difficult truths this experience revealed, and I now look toward the future with a renewed sense of hope and eager anticipation.